Ensonga za minisita Nyamutooro ne Kenzo azireetedde omukyala ali e Cameroon eyali aganzizzako Kenzo okubanga avaayo okubanga ayogera ebintu eby'enjawulo n'oluyimba lwe baakola ne Kenzo. Kino kivudde ku kibujja si bujja. Zino ensonga z'omukyala ng'ayogera ku nsonga ze Kenzo.
I want to tell the story of this song because there's so many misunderstandings and misconceptions, and right now Kenzo, seeming like the more powerful person, is desperately trying to paint me as a desperate blackmailer, which is very, very unfair. So unfair. Yes. This song was released when I first watched Kenzo on City Alos. I was moved. I was inspired. I saw Africa. I saw the future of Africa, and I was doing special music in my country. Meaning what? I was doing contemporary music mostly, and it was not the very mainstream thing. It was working, but I saw another African artist, and I was like, this is my vision. This is my kind of person. The way he portrayed Africa, and from that moment, up to 2 years before I met him, I told myself, I pray to collaborate with this guy. This guy is a great guy. So fast forward later, we were nominated for Afrima, the first edition of Afrima in Texas. I was nominated for Best Female Central Africa, and here I'm sure East Africa. So we were all at the same hotel as artists. As we were there, I saw him getting interviewed by some artists, some journalists. I approached the journalist. I asked them, "Are you close to Eddie? I would love to collaborate with him." They said some of them asked me bribes and everything. I could not afford it, so I let it go. And then when I moved back to DC, I told my partner, my business partner Tibuche, at the time, I told him, please, I need to collaborate with Kenzo. He is a great artist. We shall project something very beautiful, especially in my country and everything and the rest of Africa. He said it makes sense. He has a friend that has a studio where Kenzo will coincidentally come and record music the very next day. I said, okay, good. Well, we shall be at the studio, and I shall use the opportunity. So we showed up at the studio, and he showed up too. He was recording a couple of songs. He asked me if I could do some backups for the songs. I said, of course. I had been quiet till then. I had not yet stated my petition. I went in, I recorded the backup sounds for his other songs, and I came out and I told him, actually, I'm here because I want to solicit a collaboration with you. I'll be very happy to collaborate. I brought this instrumental from my country. It's a traditional beat of my country, and I want to showcase this tradition to the whole of Africa because it's beautiful. I believe that you will sound so good on it. He told me he was not really keen on getting collaborations. I said, okay, listen to the music, the sound, and if you don't like it, I'll let it go. He listened to the sound and he likes it a lot. He asked me to give him $1,000 for a 50-50 agreement on the song, 50-50 shares on the song. I was so happy. I said, yes, we shall do that. But before we reached the studio, like this, because we were speaking in the conference room. So before we moved from the conference room back to the studio, he told me, you know what, if you give me 2,000, I'll give you this song as a gift because I want to make you big in Africa. I want to help you. I want you to be known everywhere. So I'll give you this song. You take all the rights. You take my rights and everything 100%. I was like, wow. Thank you so much. I rushed and told my partner, say, partner, this is what Eddie has said. If we give everything, he said yes. Eddie said yes, no problem. Fine. We say, wow. So the very next day, we showed up with the $2,000 at the studio. Now, you can ask me why we did not have an agreement. When I met a written agreement, when we met, Kenzo was moving alone. He was not moving with his team. He was not so good in English and writing or speaking it. So he sometimes even asked me to read some of his emails for him. And I remember asking him, and I remember, no, I'm not trying to disrespect anyone. I just want to break it down. And I don't really want to disrespect anyone. I just want to break it down because there are so many questions people are asking. There was no need for me to be bringing him legal documents there that signed this or that. He was alone. His team was not with him. I asked him why he was not with his team. I told me he preferred to move alone. So I was like, let us keep that to the side and focus on the creativity. If I want to start confusing him now with documents up and down, he might even lose his inspiration. We are in the mood. We are brothers. It's good. It's not like we're trying to cheat anybody here. I was not thinking of all of that for real. So he just signed. So he just entered. He recorded his song. We handed the 2,000, and then we moved. And then we moved, and then he went his way, and I went my way. I contacted him later to try to shoot it with this talented guy. He was not known, but he was very talented, and we could afford him. And he told me the video must be shot by Director X. That was a very big director in America, and he was shooting Chris Brown and everybody. So I said, my brother, you said you want to help me. Let this guy, I cannot afford him. He said Director X and red camera or nothing. I remember him insisting on the red camera or nothing. So I said, all right, it's beyond me, it's above my power. I chilled. I even contacted him and I said, brother, okay, maybe I can try to organize you a show in Cameroon. How much will you want? He said $20. I said, okay, $20,000. I said, okay, yes, I can try and then get promoters. They get you a show in Cameroon. When you come in Cameroon, you perform and then we take advantage and shoot my video. He seems to be okay with that, but he did not really follow up on that. So I just let go. And when I came back to Cameroon, I started trying to see how I could get the song mixed. So so he contacted me and told me it would be a good thing for the song to be mixed by a Nigerian producer so that it can have a really good quality. I totally agreed, but I told him that I cannot afford it, and I know someone in Cameroon who is not famous but is also as talented. He insisted on the Nigerian guy. I said, "Well, on me right now, I don't have so much money." He said, "Don't worry, I shall support you with that one." I said, "Thank you so much." The song got mixed. He sent the song over, and then I was already all the way in Cameroon, so I could not even dream of start flying him from where he was, since he was all over the world at the time. So I just decided to wait. So I waited, and then later on, uh was that okay? I just feel like I need to break it down because it's so much going on, and I don't like how I don't just like how is looking right now, because it is a very obviously unfair situation. Before my media broke it out, I had reached out to them personally, my brother, and and you look at the song, they replaced my name with his name on all streaming platforms.